What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 28 of our podcast, Sip in Sports. I'm Dave. This is Chris. We're almost there. Almost at 30.
Almost.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. We can, almost taste it.
You can see it.
Yeah.
Can't taste it yet.
Yeah, that'll be next week. But yeah, that's exciting.
Pretty much.
It's been a good week.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Love it. What's your top moment?
Yeah, so my top moment in the boxing world was Canelo Alvarez beat Triple G. And it was the trilogy. So the first one, they had a draw, which people were saying shouldn't have been a draw. Then the second one, Alvarez won. And then the third one, Alvarez won again. So, yeah, he's currently the 5th pound-for-pound fighter in the world, which is great. I didn't know that, but...
Oh.
So, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah. He holds 4 belts. I mean, he
That's
had
a lot.
he was actually I think he was top 3, maybe even number 1, and then he lost, or he had a draw against some guy who was really bad, and then, so...
I gotcha.
Yeah. But he's back on it. He actually also had a broken wrist, they said, during the fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're like, he might need surgery.
Oh, my gosh.
I was like, broke his wrist while punching?
And then he won?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, see what happens. What
That's
about
incredible. Mine is the Las Vegas Aces. They won the WNBA championship on Sunday, and they won 3-1. They beat the Connecticut Sun. So
I forgot WNBA was going.
Yeah.
That used to be bread and butter.
Yeah.
I will say playoffs came around though, and none of the overs hit.
No.
I started playing defense. I was like, thank goodness I stopped actually.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you wouldn't have done so well on that. But yeah, the Aces. I mean, they were pretty dominant the whole time.
Yeah, they were the number 1 team.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they had
Becky Hammond as their coach.
Asia Wilson was like player of the year. Or
Yeah, coach of the year for Becky Hammond. First year coming over from the Spurs.
Pretty good.
Yep.
I mean, they talked her up. Pop talked her up. Popovich did when he was on the Spurs.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's a good coach.
Yeah.
And the other funny thing, I saw a video of Kelsey Plum after, and she was eating a salad. And it was her video, and she goes, "I'm too faded to taste anything."
Jesus.
It was funny. But anyways, so let's hit this Minnesota Minute.
Yeah. So we're coming down to it. Twins went 1-4 against the Guardians. That can pretty much solidify that we will not be in the playoffs. But there's still time. Play the Royals and the Angels coming up. Vikings are playing the Eagles on Monday night, and then we have the Lions at home. So good few games. Go for football, beat Colorado, play a huge game against Michigan State at Michigan State to start kind of the real teams, we'll say. St. Thomas football didn't win, didn't lose, they didn't play at all. So they play Marist again on October 1st. Minnesota United lost to Sporting KC, unfortunately, and now they play San Jose. October 1st they play.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're kind of winding down. Twins are almost done. Vikings, Gophers, full effect. So, yeah, good times.
Cool. So, picks, a lot of average.
Yeah, that was,
Well, I've got 2 11 and 10s in a row, so slightly over. This week, David was 10 and 11.
Yeah, 0-3 on Sunday.
Just slightly. Yeah, we were both 10 and 8 going into Sunday, and then we were 1 and 5 overall.
Yeah, bad.
Not good. But overall, 10 and 11 for Dave. You want to know what was your worst league?
I'm going to say NFL.
Yeah.
Because I went 1-3 on Sunday.
0-6 total.
Wow. Good start.
Yep. And so MLB was 5-2. NCAA football was 1-1, and then soccer was 4-2. So the rest of them were decent. The 0-6 is just not going to do it for you.
I don't think it's going to do it for anyone.
Yeah.
So we'll get better.
Yep, hopefully.
It's the start of
something new.
Yeah, it's the start of something new.
And then I was 11 and 10, like I mentioned. 2-1 NFL. 5-4. Well, that's not right.
5-4?
No, 2-1. No, it was 3-3. NFL.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what would that be? 4-2 MLB.
Got it.
And then 2-2 NCAA football, 2-3 soccer.
Yeah. There we go.
So decent.
Better.
Not bad.
I mean, we just got to get out. We got to get past that hump.
Yep.
We got to get to 12 wins.
Yeah, 12.
I mean, 11 and 10 will win you money, but if you get to 12, then you're not
12 is
average.
the magic
Then you're above
number.
average.
12 is the magic number, definitely.
Right. So, what can you do? Another week. We'll get better.
Yep, always getting better.
Yeah.
So, beer and seltzer?
Yeah, let's fire it up.
All right.
We got something very new today.
Yeah.
So for the seltzers, we actually have. Where did you say you found this? Oh, is this your local?
That's
T-Dub?
no, actually,
Where was this at?
Edina.
Oh, so it's called Grey Duck, the seltzer. I'm pretty sure they also have Grey Duck vodka.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's Grey Duck seltzer, spirited seltzer, zero carbs, zero sugars,
It's gotta
lime.
be a vodka based then, don't you think?
Yeah, junk-free seltzer. That's what it calls it.
Yeah. Does it say it's vodka in there?
I'm trying to see. I don't just keep saying lime everywhere.
No.
And it is a sweating can.
Yeah. Nice and chilled.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say.
All right. The beer, since we're in fall time.
Oh, it's just carbonated water.
Oh. Okay.
That means it's not vodka based, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. So the beer is from Wasatch Brewery. It's called Black O-Lantern, so we're really diving into the fall feels.
Oh.
Because it's a pumpkin stout.
Wow.
It's brewed with pumpkin and spices.
I thought only Starbucks was going with the whole pumpkin stuff, and I
Nope.
guess not.
Sippin' Sports is as well.
Breweries, sipping sports.
Oh, and Wasatch Brewery is in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Sounds like a good one. It is dark.
Yeah, it's a stout.
Oh, is it? Nice.
Yeah. Right up your alley.
Oh, yeah. Some would say.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
How much percent does it say?
6.66.
And this one was 5, I think. Typical. Yeah, 5.
All right.
All right, it's lime.
Grey Duck Lime.
Ooh, definitely is very carbonated.
Yeah.
Doesn't really. No.
It tastes like fruit water. Like it tastes basically like carbonated water. I can't taste any alcohol.
I will say this. This is sounds. To you people who have to try it at home. Swish it around in your mouth. You get a little more flavor. But I don't really taste. I mean, it's
yeah,
a little.
there's a little
There,
bit more
see,
flavor.
you get the lime then if you swish it. So yeah, I mean that's. I think it's not bad. I mean, it's just like you said, it's just a lot of carbonation, which compared to last week's was different.
Yeah.
But I think it's okay. It doesn't have when you just take a normal sip though, it doesn't have a lot of lime.
Yeah.
So
I think it's easy
to drink. Oh yeah.
Drink. I mean, it's basically carbonated water, like I said.
Right. 100%.
With just a little bit of hint of lime.
Yeah.
So really the branding and what they say it is basically what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's got none of that extra stuff too.
None of
so
the
it's
extra stuff. Carbonated water base, and that's what you get.
100%. Yeah.
Let me get one more taste in here.
What other kinds were in the pack? Do you know?
Cranberry leche, bomba juice, which is like a strawberry lemonade, I think, and then tangerine.
Tangerine. Okay.
Yep.
Bomba juice, like the twins.
Yep. It's based off of that.
Yeah, because I think it's the K-Fan guys, or that did the Grey Duck, or it's
Something like that.
Chad Greenway or something. Yeah, it's local.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with 5.4. I think it's a little lower. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's like one of those I'd be like, holy moly, give me another one right away.
I'm going 5.5.
5.5.
Yep.
Like I said, very easy to drink.
Yeah.
Simple.
It is easy.
So
It doesn't have the extra oomph that would make it higher for me.
Yeah. Well, I think that's also partially, do you think, because, I mean, I just feel like that's also partially just due to the fact of, like, it doesn't have all that extra stuff. Like, there's no sugars, there's no added stuff. So, like, it's the clean.
I like that part.
Yeah, 100%. But I think that would also kind of brings down the flavor a little.
Mm-hmm.
But
maybe.
All right, let's go on to
the Black O' Lantern.
The Black O' Lantern. We're getting into the Halloween. Ooh. Okay.
Oh, yeah, this is...
That's pretty good. I'm going to throw this out there. It reminds me of, what was that coffee one we had? The milk stout.
I'm getting more of the nitro stout.
Oh.
Because it's smooth.
It is smooth. It always surprises me when the dark beers like that are smooth, because you're like, wow, you'd think it'd be heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think it's pretty
And
good.
I can, on the front it says brewed with pumpkin and spices. I can definitely get the spices in the aftertaste.
Oh, it's in the aftertaste more than, But I don't think, I mean, what is
But it's hard spices.
Yeah, but pumpkins, I think they just put pumpkin on there to attract.
Maybe. To get everybody that's in the fall vibes.
That's what they said. They were like, hey, if we put pumpkin, we'll get all those people that go to Starbucks for the pumpkin spice lattes.
Yep. Okay, you're good.
I'm going to go 6-7.
Okay.
I would get 2 of them.
Nice.
So I think it's pretty good.
I'm going 5-8.
5-8.
Yeah. Slightly lower, but I don't know if I'm vibing with the spices.
Yeah, I don't think they're overpowering. I think it's pretty good. I mean, I just think it's like one of those, like, we've been fortunate enough with the stouts, or we've tasted with the stouts. They've just all been very smooth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how we keep choosing all the smooth ones.
Yeah, maybe they're all smooth.
Yeah, maybe unknowingly
Stouts are smooth.
That's just what they are.
Right. So
we just haven't drank as many like before this.
Right.
To know.
100%. Yeah, we aren't stout we're not stout experts.
But we're getting there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Day by day.
Yeah.
A week, I should say week by week, sorry.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's pretty good. So.
Alright, well there you go. So we had the Grey Duck line. Was a 5-5 for myself, 5-4 for David. And then the Black O' Lantern from Wasatch Brewing in Salt Lake City. 5-8 for me, 6-7 for David.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm not disappointed in the Grey Duck, but I had higher hopes.
What do you want more of? The lime flavor?
Yeah.
Or less carbonation? Or
No. Well, it kind of, I feel like, goes hand in hand, but I mean, like you said, it's just, I'm not a huge, like, the carbonation kind of throws it away, but then it's like, with the carbonation, there's really, like, I think they're waters. It's called, like, hint.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of tastes like that, just with more carbonation.
Yeah.
Like, it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, I mean, obviously it's probably better for you because it doesn't have all the extra stuff, but I'd like a little bit more flavor in my seltzers.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
that's me personally. But,
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's jump into the sports.
Yeah. So college top 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do we want to run through them?
I mean, quickly, yeah, because this week I think was kind of. I mean, there really wasn't any.
There wasn't
I wouldn't
any
say tough games
or
or
notable like games against certain teams.
I would say the only ones would be like right outside the top 10, like BYU getting smoked by Oregon, Washington beating Michigan State, Miami losing to Texas A&M. Like, granted, Texas A&M being 24, they were just in the top. They were number 6. But I think when you still look at the top 10, like Oklahoma looked good, Clemson took care of business, Michigan still seems to just trounce teams. Ohio State puts up 77 points.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
Alabama puts up 63.
Literally all of the top teams scored a ton of points.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have 48 for Georgia, 63 for Alabama, 77 for Ohio State, 59 for Michigan, 48 for Clemson, 49 for Oklahoma,
63.
45 for USC, 31 nothing for Kentucky, 63 for Oklahoma State, and then Arkansas at 38. So Arkansas, or I guess Kentucky. Kentucky scored 31 points, but yet they were the lowest scoring in the whole top 10.
Right. I mean, and that's the thing is, I think when you look at that top 10, like they're pretty solid. Next week, obviously, getting into more of conference games / actual games, you could say, not UL Monroe, but
Right.
it'll be interesting. I mean, Georgia, South Carolina now with Spencer Rattler, quarterback. I mean, supposed to be okay, I think, but he obviously was trash, and he's just kind of overwhelmed. But
Yeah,
Georgia's just so good.
Mhm.
They are so good.
Georgia's good. Alabama was like, okay, we don't need a close game again this week.
Yeah,
Done.
so see what happens.
Yeah.
But that's the top 10 right there. I don't know. I don't see anyone really moving.
Well, Arkansas, who's 10 right now, plays Texas A&M next week, so
That'll be a good game.
that could be a good game. And then you got the other notables would be Wisconsin plays Ohio State,
Yeah.
and then
Tennessee plays Florida. That'll be a good game. They're right outside the top 10, but Tennessee's
11
so
and 20.
that could be a switch or a swing. Either way, I mean, Florida's been pretty good.
Florida probably won't jump too high just because Kentucky beat them last week,
Yeah.
and then now, I mean, Florida won this most previous week, but if they beat Tennessee, they're not gonna like jump up into the top 10 type of thing,
100%.
you know.
And I think it's interesting. I mean, you look at next week, like USC goes on the road to Oregon State. Both are 3-0 in the Pac-12. That's a tough matchup. And USC's kind of been just dominant with Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams. So that'll be a good test. But like you said, I mean, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Texas A&M will be a very interesting game for sure. So it'll be interesting though.
Did you say the Baylor game? Baylor, Oklahoma State.
Baylor, Iowa State.
Oklahoma State.
Huh?
Baylor. Oh, they got a week off.
They got a week off. So they actually play. What's crazy is Baylor, fun fact, Baylor goes to Iowa State and is underdogs. 2.5 point underdogs right now, according to the line. Baylor is.
Interesting.
So, and then they have to play Oklahoma State. So
The next week.
So here's the thing is, like, you look at, like, a Baylor team, like, Iowa State isn't great. They look terrible against Iowa. They turned the ball over in the red zone, like, 5 times. They still won, but it's one of those things where it's like, does Baylor kind of overlook Iowa State to know they've got Oklahoma State coming?
Right.
Oklahoma State's a good team.
Top 10.
Just put up 63.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be a fun week, though. Fun.
Right. This is like the last week before we really get into it, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think some teams now start to kind of get into it. I mean, obviously, the Gophers playing Michigan State. There's other games, I think, but this is, the first 3-4 weeks are usually like, eh.
Yeah, right. Then we get into it. There's usually like 1 or 2 notable games at the first week or two.
100%.
And then it's like, all right, well, we got a week or 2 off until we get to the good games.
100%. Yep.
Solid.
I like it.
All right, let's jump into football, NFL football.
Yeah.
Are we starting with just overall overview?
I mean, yeah, we can. I mean, I think even from Thursday night's game with the Chargers-Chiefs, I mean, it was a great game. Obviously, I think a lot more people thought it'd be higher scoring. I mean, Justin Herbert broke a rib or hurt a rib and somehow still played. Couldn't even run for a first down that was a yard away with no one within 10 yards. Next play throws a dart to make the game closer. But I think the big story is the Jets coming back against the Browns. I mean, getting an onside kick and then taking it down the field. Like, Joe Flacco is the guy.
They scored 2 touchdowns in the last 90 seconds.
100%. And I know you said this before, but the Jets hadn't won a September game in 4 years?
Since 2018, week 1.
Week 1. I mean, holy moly, you kind of look at it and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, bad.
And then the Giants, 2-0.
Yep.
I mean, there's some good story. I mean, and obviously injuries played a little part of it, but like not having Michael Pittman kind of really hurt them.
I mean, they didn't even score 1 point.
100%.
So,
and I think that's the hardest part is like when you don't have a pass game, it's like, yeah, Jonathan Taylor's elite, but how many times are you going to run? You can't keep running. You're down. They were down 7-rip right away.
Yeah, they didn't really even run with him.
Yeah.
That was the tough part for them.
Yeah.
Once he gets going, then it opens everything up. But if he doesn't get going.
Yeah, 100%. And then I think the other big notable, well, there's a few notables, but like Miami Dolphins coming back, Tua throwing for 6 touchdowns. Like, what world? Now you have all these ESPN people coming out and like, Tua's the real deal. He could be the top quarterback in the league. This. And it's like, here's the thing though, and it might be bad to say, like, he'll be fine. He'll have some games where he stinks. But dude, if you just throw a 4-yard pass to Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill and let them run, you will be very good.
That's the
They are
smart
probably the 2
offensive
fastest
game plan.
men in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And then it stinks that 49ers get Trey Lance done for the year.
Yeah, that stinks.
Yeah. And then I think the other fun game was like the Cardinals-Raiders. I mean, Raiders were popping champagne at halftime.
I know, there was a lot of good games.
And all of a sudden, Kyler Murray just comes back and leads them somehow to victory. I don't know how. They showed a replay of like his view of the 2-point conversion. The guy couldn't even see over the line, and he was like directing people.
He threw it like through 4 arms, 4 people's arms.
100%. He couldn't even see over the line. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things to me. He's just, like we've talked about, he's so frustrating to watch because he just runs in circles. Keep running in circles. And then he just throws it up. And so, but I think the other big story, Bengals 0-2, they look terrible.
Terrible.
And I'll say this, and
they lost to Cooper Rush and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush.
Yeah. Well, Cooper Rush.
The
Vikings did too.
Yeah.
So maybe
But
Cooper Rush should be a starting quarterback. No, I'm kidding. But the Bengals, like, I mean, watching their games and like, shout out Charles for being a Bengals fan. But dude, what is Joe Burrow all of a sudden like the next running Lamar Jackson? He runs all the time.
Probably because he's getting sacked so much.
I know, but it's like, dude, just dump it off. Throw the ball. You're not a runner.
Yeah, but he's on pace for like 115 sacks on the year.
100%. And this was their old line was supposed to be better.
Yeah, they spent a ton of money.
Right.
And it has not worked out.
I love it. But, and then also last story quick. I know I've said that a few times. The Broncos look bad. I'm sorry. Your offense looks terrible. You guys were in the red zone at like the goal line. 3 times, and you kicked field goals. Every single time. Dude, Russ Wilson's going to throw it 3 times. Run the ball with Javonte Williams. He's good.
They didn't run at all.
They did not. He was 0 for 3. He kept throwing complete incompletions. I'm like, dude, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Well,
you only got a couple 0-2 teams. You got the Raiders. You got the Bengals, Falcons, Panthers, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
potentially the Titans, but that's literally the only other team. I mean, if you would have said that, how many teams was that? 5?
Yeah,
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
If you would have said that 4 or 5 out of the, or 2 of the teams that wouldn't win in weeks 1 or 2 were the Bengals or the Raiders, I don't know. You might be surprised.
Yeah. I mean, I think this next week, Bengals go to the Jets. You have to put up 500 yards passing.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to dominate them, so I think they'll be fine. I don't know if the Panthers will get out of the loss column against the Saints. That's a tough game.
Nah, they're going to lose again.
I mean,
they're not very good.
Looks trash.
Yeah.
Falcons going to the Seahawks actually could be a decent game.
That'll be a close game.
Yeah.
That's 2 evenly matched teams.
Yeah, for sure. And then I think those were
Who the Raiders play?
Oh, that's right. Yep, the Raiders have at Titans, which would be a tough game.
They could win that one.
That would be a good game. I think the spread will be pretty close, but it's a tougher game, especially in Tennessee. But it's one of those things where it's like the Raiders blew this last one. Happens, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, whatchamacallit, Hunter Renfrow fumbled 2 plays in a row.
Well, he did get concussed on the last one.
First of all, that bro got concussed on the first one.
Yeah.
And he fumbled, and then he went back to him, and he got even more concussed.
That's probably why he fumbled the second one, because he got
had no idea where he was
on the first one.
Right.
And he should have been out of the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's exciting, though. I mean, full. Like I said, the Twins probably after this week will be very close to out. You can't lose 4 games to the Guardians, and so football's right around it.
Yep, it's all football right now.
100%. So.
All right, well, let's, so recapping the fantasy picks. So, David was 1-2.
Yep.
1-2.
Matthew Stafford was my guy.
Who was the one that hit.
Yeah.
And then I was 3-0.
Devontae Adams was tough.
Yeah, Devontae was a no-go, and who was the running back? Kareem Hunt was a no-go.
Also because, I don't know what the Browns are doing, but Nick Chubb runs it in for 3 touchdowns. Like, give Kareem a chance.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns. I mean, we got to ride the hot hand.
The best was Kareem Hunt would get him down there. And then they would call timeout, and Nick Chubb would run it in. It's like,
he's fresh. He's fresh.
Yeah, there you go.
So I was 3-0. Derek Carr over 17.6. Jeff Wilson over 11.4. I'm on Ross.
How many did Jeff Wilson have? Did he have a touchdown?
No, but he had I think he had 12 point.
Oh, so he was just over. Yeah, gotcha.
Literally.
I mean, because here's the thing: is like they kept running with that other guy.
Yeah,
with 2 last names.
Yeah, but he's going to be out for a while.
Yeah. Well, they're all. I mean,
He got a high ankle sprain.
when you always keep overusing these running backs, they're out.
Yeah, so that guy, he had a high ankle sprain. He's out 4 weeks. So it's back to Jeff Wilson time, baby. But he had like 80-some yards rushing and 2 catches for some yards.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing with the 49ers is not a lot of them will have a ton of catches.
Oh, 84 yards rushing.
But they will literally run for almost 100 yards every game.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, he had 18 carries.
Yeah, well, they just run.
So that was a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they were winning too, so that helped.
Yeah, Seattle stinks.
They were dominating.
Seattle stinks.
All right, so who is your quarterback this week?
Yep, I'm going with the hometown boy. I'm going with Kirk. Kirk, we play at home against the Lions. After a tough game with the Eagles, I think Kirk comes out and just kind of shows off and kind of goes off. Okay. And I'll be honest, I mean, ever since Kirk's come to Minnesota, and I don't know if this has been his whole career, he just plays way better at home. Like, everybody plays better. It's night and day, well, obviously with the crowd and everything, but it's just like night and day difference. And I think he'll go off. I think he'll either throw for 2 or 3 touchdowns. I think Dalvin Cook will have one on a catch, though, so that'll count for Kirk as well.
Well, the thing is, the Lions have given up a lot of points in both of the weeks.
100%.
They've scored a lot. They've
scored
a lot, but they've given up a lot. So
I think they were winning 20-something to 0 against Washington, and then Washington came back and was like, "No, we're going to make this a little game."
Yeah. Yep. I'm going Joe Burrow.
Oof,
it's been rough sledding for the Bengals. He's projected 18.3, but they play the Jets.
Yeah. He's projected the same as Kirk.
So there you go.
18.3.
So I think that he rights the ship. You can just see it in Joe Burrow's eyes that he hates losing for obvious reasons, and he's ready to be done with that after last year's ending. So he's gonna right the ship, probably throw for at least 3 touchdowns and at least 250 yards.
Yeah.
Which
I just think it's wild where it's like, dude, they have so many weapons.
Exactly.
So many weapons. You just gotta throw it, and like. The first game against Pittsburgh, did they blow it? Yeah, they missed, obviously, whatever. But I think when you also look at it, what's crazy is he's just trying to get too cute. Like, I feel like he's kind of feeling the pressure. It's like, just take what they give you, take the 6 yards, go. 6 yards, go. Then when you get a deep ball, go.
I wouldn't like getting sacked either.
100%, but it's just like, get the ball out of your hands fast. Look at Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers said screw it against the Bears. He just was like, short pass, short pass, short pass.
Yeah, smart.
So...
All right, running back.
So my running back is, I'm going with the King Henry, projected 18.4. Wow. They play Las Vegas at home. Okay. Las Vegas' defense stinks against the run. They stink. They let Kyler run in 5 circles before throwing a pass. They stink. Derrick Henry, I'm calling it 2 touchdowns on the ground. And maybe this is the game, too, that they just throw a little screen to him and let him go for 100 yards. He's good for 1 or 2 of those a year.
Yeah, he is.
Where it's like everyone is just close, where it's like, oh, that guy should tackle him. Nope, burned him. Tackle him. Nope, burned him.
And I feel like in those games when he has that like 80-yard screen pass for the touchdown, he also scores like 1 or 2 close touchdowns too.
Just a barrel.
So it's like 3 touchdowns, 1 from a screen pass and 2 from 5 yards and in.
Right.
And then he has like 35.
Oh, he's fantastic. Points. I mean, dude, you just think about it, it's like tackling that man 20, 30 times a game.
Not fun.
You can freaking ice my body for a week after that.
And then some.
Yeah.
For running back, I'm going Tony Pollard. He just had a solid week 2. And the Cowboys need playmakers. Dalton Schultz just got injured. He might be out for a little while. They obviously have Cooper Rush at their quarterback rather than Dak Prescott. So they need to get the guys that can do stuff with the ball. They need to dump it off to him. They need to hand it off to him. And one of the best guys to do that for him is Tony Pollard. So he's only projected 11 points. So I think that's an easy over.
Yeah, he was also one of those guys where he almost scored a touchdown too. I think he was down at like the 1-yard line, but then he scored it. But
he scored on the next play.
Yeah, they let him stay. But I'm saying, like, you look at right now, like, and this is no shot at Zeke, but like, dude, Tony Pollard is just better.
Yeah,
he's more versatile. Like, every single time he touches the ball, it's like, wow, that guy ran for 20 yards. That guy ran for 8 yards. Even when he gets stuffed, it's like he figures it out. Zeke, when he runs, it's like he looks like he's running blindfolded. It's like Zeke, I mean,
not good.
Every year they say the same thing about him too. That we're like, he came back, he's slimmer, he's better. So yeah, I like the Tony Pollard. I mean, I think especially with Cooper Rush, loves to dump it off a little bit. So there you go.
All right, pass catcher.
Yep. So my pass catcher is Drake London, Falcons. Says, I mean, no offense to Kyle Pitts, has kind of taken over as the number one with Marcus Mariota. Has averaged in the first 2 games 18 points.
Okay.
His projection is 12.6, and they play the Seahawks.
What were the two?
It was, I think he had a 24 and then like a 12 or 13.
Oh, okay.
So
he still had over 12.
He had over 12. He had over his projection both games, but he had one game last game, which was way better.
Yeah.
But I just think he's Mariota's favorite target. Here's the thing about the Falcons is like they get these garbage time games. I think the Seattle game they actually have a chance to win straight up. So like as a little bit of 2.5 point underdog, I think they have a chance to win. So we'll see
They've
what happens.
been close.
100%. I mean, yeah. Well, the Rams game was kind of.
They got close at the end.
It was close at the end, but they would have had to throw a Hail Mary, so it's like they made it close, but it was also one of those. It was perfect garbage time,
right?
I mean, and then the Rams did
garbage time.
The Rams did the classic thing where it's like they were going to punt, and they were up by I think 7, and their guy ran back for safety.
Yeah, I saw that.
Didn't care about the spread.
No,
but they
never.
cared about themselves.
So my pass catcher is Curtis Samuel. He's projected 12.9, and if you haven't been paying attention, the Washington Commanders are putting up points, not only on the scoreboard, but for fantasy as well. They got Curtis Samuel, they got Terry McLaurin, they got Jahan Dotson, the rookie, and everybody probably thinks, oh, Terry McLaurin, their number one guy. However, Curtis Samuel is balling out. He's had the most fantasy points out of those 3 guys, and second is Dotson. So
I think he's helped because they hand it to him.
They give him rushes, they give him catches, and
100%.
he's just utilized all over the field. They brought him in last year, wanted him to be a big time player for him, got hurt, just pushed it back a year. So he's only projected 12.9, and he's had basically 20 points both of the first 2 weeks.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it was like 19 the first week and 20 the second week. So I feel like that's a pretty.
I mean, I'll say this. I love my job I currently have. If ESPN came to me and said, hey, you're going to be the guy that mathematically somehow does these projections for these fantasy players, I would drop what I'm doing right now and do it in a heartbeat. It'd be so fun.
I feel like most people would.
It would be so fun. And there has to be some algorithm that's probably way over my head. But, like, it would be so fun. Like, because you look at some of these weeks and you're like, oh, this guy's and it would be interesting to know, even if you gave the people 3 points up and 3 points down. So if you projected 12, like 15 or 9, how close these projections actually are. Because no offense to these guys, some of them aren't even close.
No.
But like I said, you do what you gotta do. Yeah, I like it. So there's our guys.
There you go. Moving on to the Eliminator. So David's still alive, 2-0.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. 2-0. Yeah,
2-0.
I'll take it.
You're still not eliminated.
Yep.
I got eliminated first week, but we're still keeping track. My team won this week, so we're on to week 3.
We're gonna do something different, or we're gonna add something. We're gonna add it where we're gonna get you people involved, the fans, supporters, near and far. So all you have to do is you have to slide into the Twitter DMs, the Instagram DMs.
One of the two.
I know, Les, you don't have either of them. Figure it out. It's 2022. But what we're going to do is we're going to basically create a spreadsheet, and you have to get it in by Thursday at 1 p.m. Or before Thursday at 5 p.m. Before the first Thursday night game.
All right, Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Time.
5 p.m. Central Time. Slide in. We'll create a spreadsheet for you guys. We'll see who can go the longest. If you guys lose, you guys will be, unfortunately, eliminated.
You're out.
So, winner at the end of the year, whoever has the longest streak, will get a prize. For real. An actual prize. And it's a decent prize, I would say.
Yeah.
So, this prize is something we don't even have yet.
So, we're starting on week 3.
Week 3, we'll give you guys a little buffer.
Yep.
And then we'll go. And just remember, you can't pick the same team 2 weeks in a row.
Correct.
So, you guys know the deal.
Yep. So, who are you picking this week?
So, my team is the Chiefs. Chiefs play the Colts, so I believe the Colts are going to go 0-2-1, and they were supposed to be, as we remember from our pick'ems of the 5 Super Bowl teams, they were one of my teams, I believe.
The Colts were?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's starting out hot.
Not good.
I do think here's the thing is being a Michael Pittman fan and having him on my fantasy, I do think he'll come back. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know, quad injuries, I don't know.
They said he might come back week 3.
Is that this coming up week?
Yeah.
So they kind of need him against the Chiefs. I mean, they really do.
Yeah, they do.
So we'll see what happens.
I'm going with the Ravens.
Ooh, bounce back.
Yep, they're playing the Patriots, whose offense stinks, and the Ravens just put up 38 points.
42-38 to the Dolphins.
Yeah, they put up 38 points. The over/under in the game is 43. So
yeah, I'm confused. I'll be honest with you. I'm confused about their over/unders because they put up points. Their defense stinks. They give up points.
Well, their defense stinks, but the Patriots' offense stinks.
100%.
So we'll see how that turns out.
I mean, here's the wild thing: is they might put up 42 points on their own. Because Lamar Jackson is electric.
Yeah, he's fast.
He is so fast.
Mm-hmm. But we'll see. I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, don't forget, slide in 5 p.m. Central, Twitter, Instagram.
On Thursday.
Book it.
Yep. Okay, last thing that we're doing is the draft.
Yep. I'm going to keep it a little shorter.
Yep. We're only doing top 3 today.
Yep.
But the topic is fall activities.
Fall activities. Here's the card.
Yep. That went bad.
It was empty, though.
Good.
Can't
Why don't you call it?
Oh, I didn't like that. You threw me for a loop. Tails. Didn't catch it. And it landed in my sock. Try number 3.
Smooth.
Tails. Tails.
That's tails.
Tails. So fall activities.
Let me get this out.
Okay. So we're only doing 3.
Yep.
All right.
So it'd be, 3.
Ooh, this is tough. Fall activities. Because, okay. I'm going to say my first fall activity.
So you're going
So
first.
here's the hardest part. No, I'll go second, actually. Sorry.
Okay.
The hardest part is, like, if it goes into the winter, is that still a fall activity? Like, it's pretty hard to not do things that go into the winter.
Yeah, it's true. It's all fall. Okay, I'll go with the corn maze.
Corn maze?
Yeah.
I'll go with apple orchard. Going to an apple orchard. Kind of the
Good
same
call.
thing as this corn maze, but
Oh, that's a good pick.
I'm gonna go with what's what only can be in the fall. I'm gonna go with playoff baseball. Watching playoff baseball. Hashtag Twins won't be there again, but that's okay. It's a fall activity.
I'm gonna go with fall golf, lower rates,
Ooh, shitty greens, but lower rates.
but
Definitely
way lower rates.
Well, kind of. Not for us when we're in Arizona, but yes.
And then I'm also gonna go with, we'll say, I'll go with trick-or-treating.
What? What the heck? Trick or treating?
That's a fall activity. October is fall.
Hey, I'm not sitting here. Is November fall?
Nah, that's pushing it.
September activities. November wide open. Give me a second. Man, because this activity goes into the winter.
It seems to be a trend.
I really wanted to say Thanksgiving, but that's not November.
That is not a fall activity.
That's what, yeah. I'm gonna say
Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving,
Friendsgiving.
Oh, brutal.
Fall activities. We did apple picking. We did. What was yours again?
This is the list right there.
Corn maze, fall golf, trick or treating.
That's a solid list.
Well, I mean,
There's nothing
it's hard
bad
to
about
say.
that.
Well, yeah, but it's also hard to say golf and baseball because they're also not just fall.
I mean, we can take those out and redo them.
That's the problem. I'm struggling with my third one. I can get 2 more. That's the thing. I'm going to say, and this is actually kind of a smooth thing more down in Winona, but like hiking during the fall, seeing the leaves.
Oh, okay.
So, which also can be done 24/7. But
You gotta add
the leaves do not change.
You gotta add the leaf change.
We all know the
and you're
leaves
good.
change, yep.
All right. Well, okay, so David's list is Apple Orchard, playoff baseball, hike with the leaves changing.
Yep.
My list is corn maze, fall golf, trick-or-treating.
I was going to say tailgating Gopher games, but that's also into the winter. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like watching NFL, that's also into the winter.
Yeah,
That's hard, you know? That is hard because it's like fall. I mean, like in the Minnesota, it's like tailgating's obviously elite in the fall because
yeah,
it's warmer than the winter, but it's still tailgating.
I gotcha. I probably would have given you the tailgating. I wouldn't have given you an NFL.
No, that's why NFL is definitely hard for sure.
Yeah.
But
all right, y'all. Well,
yeah. Don't forget, slide in.
Yeah, Thursday, 5 p.m.
Thursday, 5 p.m. So we'll talk to you then. Peace.
Peace.